And in that top left-hand side in the red, representing Germany and Team Lambo, it is Lambo. Sorry, to be more accurate, I should have said team, no team. Oh, Lambo. Not only does Lambo not have a team, he has possibly the greatest doodad next to his hatchery of any doodad, and also the hatchery spray, which is the infester driving the little rocket car around. I love the infester playing Rocket League spray, and I feel like it should be more common for more Zerg players. It's just so dang good.
I love Carbot generally, all of that stuff. He just struck gold, right? It was incredible.
Do you watch
it all works so well.
Do you watch any of the other stuff Carbot does for like Diablo or WoW or anything?
No.
Oh man, if you like Carbot and you've ever played any of those other games, Carbot does series for Diablo, for World of Warcraft, for I think Hearthstone maybe?
I think he did one of the Heroes of the Storm.
Oh yeah, Heroes of the Storm, and they just started doing a new Diablo 2 series as well, which I just get a kick out of. They always have such a good take on things, although yeah, obviously the StarCrafts, where they got their start, and just amazing content. So
Diablo
our community
2,
would not be alive today, Grant, were it not for these amazing content creators, not just gamers and casters like ourselves, but programmers like Ravi who are learning stuff about the game that we'd never seen before. And of course, the Watson Project, animators like Carbots, and who's the animator who does all those amazing StarCraft portraits? Nicolas Chaussois, yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I butchered his name, but our community just full of amazing, talented people from every discipline, and I wake up every day so thankful that I'm a cog in this incredible machine that we've been building.
Yeah, guys, I know I'm having a little bit of lag right now. I'm not really sure why, because apparently I have 9K bitrate, which is interesting. For now, though, this game's starting very standard. We have a Reaper expand. Was the Reaper made? Yes, it was. I'm moving across the map here from Arctur. He does have an SCV, just scouting around as well. Going to go in, 4 links here, of course. Very, very standard. Queen's about to pop out, and when that does, this Reaper is going to mosey on up into the main, get a little look at what's going on, and then retreat outwards and just really be a nuisance. Third hatchery has gone down here from Lambo, who managed to squeeze by that Reaper. Very, very cute. Because that can be a difficult thing to take when the Reaper is here, especially on a map like Death Aura. But for now, everything just so normal.
Interesting, Arctur missing the scout on those gases, though. Not seeing how many drones are in gas, not seeing how many gases were taken, if there's some sort of surprise extra gas or something. So he doesn't really know what's going on. In fact, didn't even spot the spawning pool, I don't believe. So he will see the third base and knows he's not getting like 2 base, Spire all in or something like that. And should be able to pop up into the main if he so chooses, but I don't think Arctur wants to be that dangerous or wants to be that risky against a player like Lambo. Lambo's one of those players where if you drop for a second, man, he knows exactly how and when to pounce. He's not afraid to be aggressive. So you definitely don't want to lose any advantage you may have against him. Right now, Lambo, though, staying on 3 bases, Ling Speed finishing. I think he's going to go Bane, Ling Nest, or Roach Warren here, Grant.
I think he probably will go Bane, Ling Nest. Lambo very much to me is like Hearthstone for Zerg. He's very, very intelligent. He's very classic the way he plays, very old school mentality to the game. Takes it seriously, works very hard, but he's not TLO. He's not an innovator. He plays what's very good and what is established from Zerg players before him, and he just does it extraordinarily well. Now, I do think Lambo is capable of throwing out a lot of aggression, but typically I see Lambo more as a Ling Bane muter or just a Ling Bane player into Hive. I don't think we'll see like Hydras or anything from Lambo here. Arctur is adding on a second Liberator. Yeah, it is. Okay. So a lot of aggression coming out of the starport here. He's getting an armory as well, so these Hellions could end up hellbassing up, and we may see a bit of a push coming in from Arctur in just a few moments.
Yeah, man. I love the Liberators out. Liberators are not just... and it's not one, right? He's going for 2. Sorry, I don't know if you mentioned that earlier, Grant, but 2 Liberators is awesome. 1 is a little frustrating, but it's usually easily dealt with. This second Liberator is going to hit about a minute from now, and it's so frustrating to deal with because you're like, oh man, I thought I cleaned that up already. And I find that often when I'm against a second Liberator, and I know my skills are no match for these guys, it just tends to do so much more damage the second time because it's a little more unexpected, right? It's not quite as common to get both of them out. Hellbat pushing the third, though, getting driven away by Lambo right now. It looks like plenty of queens here to keep him safe for a while longer.
Yeah, and again, that's a very European Zerg style of play, going for 7, 8 queens before your lair, and just being very safe. The Liberator managed to get a couple of kills on a couple of drones, and one queen has gone down as well. Maybe to the Hellbats, I'm not certain. But behind this, we see Bio double E-base coming up here. Arctur playing very standard. He's getting his third CC. Arctur's really been impressing with his standard play this tournament. You know, he's still a little bit of an underdog, now finding some damage. But he's coming out of this and all of these games looking really solid. And there's that Baneling Nest. We should see a Spire go down as a left. No gases. Oh, gases are on the third. Okay.
You know what's interesting here is that Arctur's record right now, is just checking, is 2-3. The only 2 games he's won have been against a Protoss and a Terran player. He's actually not won a series against Zerg. He lost to Bly 2-1 and then lost to Stefano and Raynor 2-0 and 2-0. So it looks like, statistically at least on paper, TVZ might be his weakest matchup. So I'm curious to see if he's able to pull off the sort of impressive play, because I know we cast, I think, Arctur versus King Cobra and Arctur versus maybe Drogo, where he beat Drogo.
No, we didn't cast that. That was in the mainstream.
Okay, never mind. I'm not really sure, but anyway, we've seen Arctur play a couple times here. But statistically, anyway, he seems to be struggling against Zerg players, at least in this tournament.
The game is opening up, continuing very standard. Obviously, the Spire go down. No, not yet. So it is mainly that very heavy Lingbane style, double expansion coming out. Oh no, sorry, a macro hatch and expansion. And it is Hydra as well. Well, color me bloody wrong. I didn't expect it. I expected Spire, but Lambo is going to go for that Hydra Lurker style, which is very, very cool to see. I wonder if he's seeing Arctur as someone maybe an easier target in this series where he can try out a different style. It's a little bit choppy.
Well, we've been seeing a lot of Ling and a lot of Lurker Hydra play actually from these European Zergs all across these series. We've seen Stefano go Hydra Lurker. We've seen Raynor go Hydra Lurker. We've seen, of course, Denver and Garitos go Hydra Lurker. Even Solier. Ooh, a big lag spike here. Hopefully all is okay on your end. The players don't seem to matter. But nice surround there on the Lings in the back and clean up all those tanks. And Arctur just not able to get anything done with that. Perfect commitment there from Lambo to drive this back.
Yeah, now Lambo's at 70 drones. His 1-1 is done. His 2-2 should start up pretty soon. Getting his infestation pit. Hey, he's fixed it. That Liberator has been sat to the north for a long time. This Queen, the matriarch, a little bit far from home, does end up falling. Liberator in the main is also going to get taken out, though. And it looks like Lambo in perfect control as he knocks his opponent aside and will now just take the bases and really power up to late game Zerg.
Man, you know, as a Terran player, obviously the name of the game early on is kill drones, kill drones, kill drones. And if you can't kill drones, try to kill more drones, because you've got to kill drones. And you know the one thing that Arctur has not yet really done this game, Grant?
Kill drones?
Kill drones. Only 4 drones have gone down, which means that Lambo's economy is like an 1850s mining town in California. It's booming.
I don't get it.
Oh, come on! Like a textile-based economy in the northeast of England in the early 1800s.
What the you on about?
What's an economy that was booming in the 1800s in the UK?
I don't know. So I was born in 1990.
Come on! Open a history book, Grant, you nerd. Anyway, Hive Tech on the way. No Lurker Den though yet.
No, it's just Lingbane Hydra.
Yeah, Lingbane Hydra. Interesting. I guess you can always go to Lurkers later, but yeah, I definitely thought we were going to see some a little bit earlier here. But he's going to go ahead and scoot up that ramp, and these tanks are all going to go down, separated away from the bio. Some nice Bane hits here. The bio's still alive, but with the tanks gone, this attack just loses all bite. They may force a cancel on that top 1 o'clock base from Lambo, or a kill rather, on that 1 o'clock base from Lambo, but I don't think he cares at all.
No, Lambo's been taking a lot of bases throughout the game. He's in a very good place. The base does go down, but a lot of units going down to the marker. And Lambo's looted at this point. He's balling. He's sitting at 85 drones. He can produce everything he wants. His 2-2 is on the way for his Lings and his Banes. Groove Spine's finishing up very shortly too. Ultralisk Cavern on the way. And Arctur has allowed Lambo to play his game. And right now, Arctur is living in Lambo's world. And unfortunately for him, that world has giant cows with these big space horns. And they're going to chomp him up in just a couple of moments.
Lambo's world. Totally radical.
Ultralisks.
Absolutely correct. Ultralisks. I love it, Grant. We got to record that. Looks like the Vipers are on the way first, though, and that's going to be super cool. Vipers, of course, to yoink those tanks out, but more importantly, to get the blinding clouds down to reduce the fighting range or the attack range of those Marines down to just 1. So love the hidden overlords everywhere. Lambo going to go for his very first run by of the game, actually, picking off some reinforcements, but these SCVs better run and hide.
Yeah, the Baneling count right now sitting at 13, maybe a little low. Oh, he's going to be able to pick up maybe a couple of tanks there. They do manage to scoop their way into a little hidey hole, but now the natural has been bombarded. Baneling's getting everywhere. Ling's taking down the tanks. Everything has to come home here for Arctur, and all that does is give Lambo time, baby. Chitinous plating on the way. 3-3 on the way. These Ultralisks are going to hit like a truck. And I mean, is there more Marauders yet? There's one, Brayton. There's one.
Do you think it physically feels good for a unit to stand in that accelerator zone, those zippy zones in the middle of the map?
Yeah,
Because I love that Lambo was just parked there like they're Super Saiyans, like charging up in a tank. Oh my god, idea for a new mechanic. A zippy zone, but it builds up over time, so the longer your unit stands, the faster it can go for a little bit longer.
Across the map if you're in there for the whole game.
Oh, yes, please. Hey, Blizzard. Hey, map-making community. Make it happen. They'd have to get, like, stacks of a buff. We'll talk about it later. Because Archer's moving across the top of the map, and Lambo pushing into that 6 o'clock position, and there ain't going to be nothing left for a while on the bottom side here. This Baneling count is just too high. He's going to skip the planetary altogether, and instead going to go to the 3rd, I guess. But right now, Arctur getting blinded, clouded out of his mind.
Yeah, these Marines not able to do much. Hydra's in the back, offering so much DPS. Big round of Banelings, 11 more about to complete. That will be able to zone all of these pesky Marines and Marauders. The tank count right now for our Terran is 4, but there are none in this, none here. They are all currently sitting at home somewhere in the natural, actually stuck behind that wall. And he needs tanks. I mean, there's no other way. You need tanks to deal with such a fast, vulnerable army. Goodbye.
Oh, God. Oh, my poor heart. These poor Terrans. Serious cases of acid reflux. They gotta watch what they eat because they are just getting destroyed right now by those Banelings. Now, 3-3 is about to finish for Arctur, which is really great. He's a couple seconds ahead of Lambo as Lambo's 3-3 also finishes. But the Baneling count, Grant, he's building 46 Banelings right now. He's gonna have over 60 Banelings before this game's over.
Yeah, that's an insane amount of Banelings about to come in, and the number just keeps rising and rising. And I just don't know of any way. I mean, sure, the tanks count is, what, 4? Maybe. And they're split relatively well, but there's just so many Banelings. A very, very talented man once said that in GSL about Nesty, and right now, Lambo is channeling his inner Nesty as he moves forward with a purpose, and that purpose is to kill his opponent. And it looks like this is all over for Arctur. Lambo going to pick up game 1, and Arctur got a lot to fight for going forward.
GG is dropped. Well played there by our Zerg player Lambo, who is looking to move up to a 4-2 record, which, as we've said time and time again, Grant, 4 wins is kind of the magic number in these group stages. For those of you just joining us for the first time in 2 weeks, remember, the EU is divided into groups of 8 players. The bottom 4 players don't make it out of the group stage, so they are gone. The top 4 players move on to the group bracket stages. The players in 3rd and 4th place get dropped down into the lower bracket, and the players in 1st and 2nd place actually stay in the upper bracket. So while you're fighting for the top 4 spots, the top 2 spots are particularly valuable because they basically turn a single elimination bracket into a double elimination bracket for you, which allows you to get just a little bit further. So right now, if Lambo can in fact take this game, he'll be the only player at 4-2 in the group right now, and that will rocket him into 2nd place, at least briefly.
Yeah, he's having a pretty good showing this event. 4-2 would be a fantastic result. I think it is expected that on Everdream, on next map, he will be able to pick up a victory. Arctur, though, I've said he has been impressing me. That game, he just could not find it. He could not slow Lambo down. And when the Lambo train gets rolling, I mean, he's going to roll over you, and that's exactly what happened. So Lambo now, match point in the series, looking to pick it up. And Arctur's in a little bit of trouble, I think. He needs to mix it up.
Yeah, we're gonna keep this Lambo trainer rolling. We're not gonna break down on this highway. We just gotta keep on worrying, waiting, wandering, waiting up for someone other than right here, or for somewhere other than right here. So Lambo, hoping that he does jump on that train. Did you get that reference, Grant, or was that too much?
I did, but I wasn't happy with it.
Really? A Michael McDonald reference and you're not happy with it?
Yeah, it wasn't for me.
How is Michael McDonald not for you? You know what, Grant? We'll argue off stream.
Representing Team GP. He is the blue Terran player from Russia, trailing in the series. It's Arctur.
And his opponent in the top left-hand side in the red, representing no team in Germany, it is Michael McDonald's actual son, Lambo. That's a true fact, actually. I don't know if you know that. It's not on his Wikipedia page, but it's true.
It's true. Did you do the research? Investigative journalism?
I call it Mike's one of my buddies, so I called him up and I was like, Mike, we got a recording session tomorrow with the Doobie Brothers reunion band, but first, do you have a son that plays StarCraft and is German for some reason? And he was like, yeah, actually, I do. Nailed it.
Nailed it. Lambo's real parents, if you're watching, I'm really sorry.
Well, I can guarantee you that Michael McDonald is watching this. He watches all my casts.
Oh god, this is falling apart. I'm already on Series 3. Of course, 9 best of 3s today. Is it Series 3? Maybe, I don't know. 9 best of 3s today. Yes, it is
Series 3. We're a third of the way through, Grant. We can make it. We can definitely make it. We see a hatch gas pool here out of Lambo, so standard opening there. Reaper expand for Arctur, standard there. So there's only some time then, I guess, there's plenty of time, I guess, for us to talk then about the catalog of Michael McDonald's works and why he is one of... I knew it. I knew I could break you if I did one more. Anyway, very standard play from both players. Unsurprising. I think Arctur felt like he lasted a long time in that last game, and getting to the late game against Lambo is a pretty decent trick. So he's going to go for another standard build and maybe even try and get an early third out to stay active and stay on the map for as long as he possibly can, hoping to force a mistake out of Lambo.
I like what you said there, Creighton, actually. I think a quick free CC build would be intelligent here from Arctur. Lambo showed that he wants to play this macro style of gameplay, and in game one thing that we didn't really talk about was the double Liberator Hellbat push. That really did, let's be honest, piss all. He just didn't find much damage. I think Queen went down, no drones, or like one. So that, okay, if Lambo's not gonna die to very early aggression, go the opposite way and maybe go for economic aggression, really go for rapid expansions. There it is. We're in these guys' heads.
That is, I mean, at this point, Arctur is saying, I gotta try, right? From the 1982 album that Michael McDonald sang. Really, really smart play there from Arctur. No, you're not. Anyway, Arctur has got to try something here, and that early third CC is a beautiful choice from him. I really like it, and I hope that he's able to like step on the aggression this game of Lambo. So even though he's not being aggressive himself this game, he's being like economically a bit cheesy, and that's the only thing you can do if you can't find a way into your opponent's base. You got to find a way to make your own economy fairly even, and that's going to be a really nice play from him, as that third base already about halfway done. Dang, that's quick.
Yeah, I mean, it's still difficult if you let the Zerg go completely unchecked. You can see Lambo is doing nothing but droning up, and he can make those workers a little bit quicker once he gets a few hatcheries worth of queens rolling. This was a third after 3 queens. Excuse me. So quite a late third here from Lambo, who opted to be very, very safe, maybe expecting some aggression. But it isn't coming. Now, Lambo's seeing that there is only one Hellion here currently. Is probably aware of the timings enough to go, there should be a couple more units here, which is why he has so many queens. Why isn't that? And he may be able to interpret from this that it is a third CC. Are we seeing Mike?
No, he's just using the barracks to scout, to drive the Overlord away. Didn't get the Overlord kill, though, so the Overlord does make it out with his life and will spot the timing of that third, if in fact Arctur goes to the north with that third base, but I think that's unlikely. More likely that Arctur's going to go to that triangle position, that inside 7 o'clock base, for the third base, as that's a fairly easily defensible position. A little bit wide open, but still a couple of siege tanks should be able to save it. But nice scout there from Lambo, who will see that early third base. Yeah,
Lambo sees everything. Very important read here. He's going to go for his lair almost immediately, adding lots and lots and lots and lots of drones. Lambo will be very, very happy that he can play like the legend himself, Liquid Ret, and play the game of drones, where he just macros up like an absolute champion, which is very important. He does have a Baneling nest, but you can see 9 more drones in the production tab right now. He's not going to make any units he doesn't have to make. I mean, right now he has 12 lings, and that is it. And that's all he wants for a considerable amount of time, because he wants to spread creep, he wants to make drones, and just push this into a mid-game. We're just skipping the early game part of this.
Yeah, skipping the early game is great. There's been no aggression at all. These players saying that basically Jesus is just all right, and they're going to practice a non-aggression pact for the first 5 minutes of the game, maybe even 8 minutes before they push across. So really nicely played there. I like the idea of going to the late game. I think this is where Arctur and Lambo are both going to shine.
Yeah, I still think the onus is on Arctur to find some way to slow down his opponent, because if we can get like a fast lair here from phase 5 even from Lambo, then he's going to be in a good spot. This was super nice. He's just cleared so many creep tumors with that Raven and these Hellions. This was super cool. I really like this. That slowed Lambo down immeasurably in his creep. You can see he now has nothing outside of his like natural area down the middle of the map. His south side is still pretty good, but we now have that Raven moving in that position to push us back. I really like this.
Man, this is gorgeous. And I mean, this is going to give Arctur that sweet freedom that he really needs to put the pressure on Lambo early in the game and keep that map control. So I'm really pleased to see him clearing all that creep. Now, Grant, we're going to have a lot of people in chat who are like, Terran players should do this all the time. A Raven's such a small investment for clearing all that creep. Now, guys, that's not really accurate. This is one of the only times in this tournament I think we've ever seen these Raven do that kind of work, and they're just such a dangerous unit to babysit all day long. Generally speaking, that's not going to be worth it, which is one reason it's so cool to see Arctur pulling it off.
Yeah, I like it. It was a very smart plan here. As I said, he has to slow down his opponent somewhere. Now, it is risky, as we see. As he is going to be caught, all of his units will go down. There's no medevac to load up and escape. The Raven, if that had been caught out early, could have taken a lot of damage. But what this has allowed is Arctur to build up a decent army that he's now ferrying across the map. Stim is done. So he's now going to be able to pressure just a little bit and force out units. We can see 20 lings. That's 10 drones that aren't being made by Lambo right now. And Arctur doing a good job economically. He's going to cancel this base. Raven dropping that turret, maybe a little bit preemptive here. But Lambo's actually just going to counterattack.
Yeah, Lambo's saying, no, I'm going to keep you running. He's got to move him back into the main base as well, though. A nice cleanup, though, from Arctur. He does have plenty back home. That's the beauty of Bio, isn't it, Grant, is that there's always something popping out of the main base. Something that's always going to be able to distract those lings or destroy those lings once they come in. So one of the beautiful reasons to play Bio there is it keeps you safe back home, really without too much additional work. We see the infestation pit going down from Lambo, but a nice little engagement of the tanks caught on siege. They're both going to go down there, but they get some big shots on those banelings. An even trade, I think. It looked maybe very good for Lambo, but those tanks actually getting a lot of banelings in that one.
I mean, this Raven has paid for its weight and then some this game. It's cleared so much creep. These turrets have been able to dish out so much DPS. Arctur needs to be careful when he does just that. He's going to save the Raven on 4 hit points, which is nice. Probably should send that home for a repair because it does offer a lot of value. And Arctur now is parade pushing. He does have a 4th, but is he on 8 racks? Okay, no, he's only on 5 racks. So this isn't like the sort of very, very aggressive version of this, where we see a lot of Terrans, mainly like Acheron has been doing it, a lot of Cast has been doing it. The 8 racks 2-2 timing with no 4th. This isn't that, but it is still a very aggressive push. Even the bunker, that's nice. It's not going to get repaired though, it's not that nice.
Yeah, I mean, Arctur is really taking it to the streets right now. He is just going all out to try and aggress against Lambo, and I love that. It's forcing these counterattacks out of Lambo out of desperation. Not that Lambo's behind or anything, but that he's realizing, wow, Arctur being a lot more aggressive, playing it a lot more old school, and really trying to knock me down this game. So nice aggression there from Arctur. Yeah,
but Lambo's hive is already halfway done, give or take.
Yep.
And that is the pressure point right now for Arctur. His army is decent. He has 2-2 on the way himself. Finally, that Raven will go down. It did so much this game. The tanks are pretty low in number. Will go down very, very fast to these Banelings and these Hydras. The Baneling count, though, a little bit low, and a good amount of Marines can fight against Hydras very well. Hydras going down so quick. 2-2 getting close here for Arctur, but I mean, the tank count has been almost entirely reset. That makes it very, very hard to push into Ling Bane without those tanks.
Yeah, I love the double drop coming across from Arctur. Going to try and double pressure Lambo, of course. Lambo's setting up for that 5th base, but Arctur deciding, much like Kenny Loggins and Michael McDonald, this is it. He's going to drop in the main base.
I can't believe he found another one. I've heard a couple of things. I think he's still going. Big lings around here. These lings, though, will not trade that efficiently against this bio ball. The Hydra's not in the fight. Meanwhile, we have a push in through the middle. Doesn't look like it's been cleaned up. A drop here on the south will be able to take down this hatchery. Arctur making steps all across the map, and they're working out pretty well. His economy behind this is great. He hasn't started his 3-3, though. He really needs to get that going quickly. The base in the south was sniped. Still has a very strong army up towards the north here. Putting Lambo apart a little bit, and Widowmine's joining the fray, but the Ultralisk Cavern is on the way.
Ooh, a little bit of friendly fire on that first Widowmine, but the second one doing better. And the third one doing well as well, cleaning up some of those links. There is an Overseer here, though, to drive with it. I will say, though, if Lambo thinks he can win this on 4 bases, that is what a fool believes. There's no way he's going to be able to push Arctur back on even bases with a Terran player. We already see Arctur with that 5th base ready to go, flying it over just now. Arctur's economy behind us looking really well, and he's really putting Lambo through his paces.
But no, 3-3 still Creighton, and it's so important that he starts to upgrade. He's had the money for a considerable amount of time. Like, everything he needs is there. He just hasn't remembered to do it, and it is a mistake, I'm afraid, at this point. Because if he had 3-3 started the right time, it would already be probably around halfway done. Now, one good thing for Arctur is that he has been so on top of creep this game that there really isn't any. It's not even at the halfway point of the map, 12 minutes in, and that's phenomenal. We've got some shells finally on the way. Marauder production has begun for the Ultras switch. Arctur's in a better position than he was in game 1, but his upgrade could really come back to haunt him because Lambo already starting his.
Yeah, he's got to start the 3-3 right away. You're right. There's no other excuse for it right now. That is just a mistake. But this looks like it could be what could be the final fight. But Arctur's going to dip out there, just picks up and goes away. And I think that's absolutely the right call from Arctur, saving majority of units in those medevacs. And now he needs to push forward. The problem right now for Arctur is that he only has 5 medevacs. Make it 4 medevacs. And while they do have decent energy right now, he needs a couple more medevacs to mass repair this army, or mass heal this army, rather. Look how low the army is, and oh god, Grant, look at that. Just as 3-3 is about a third of the way done for Lambo, Arctur just now getting +1. +1, there it is, thank god. Oh, I was worried he'd forget the armor upgrade.
Yeah, so Arctur getting it now, it could have been almost completed at this point, but it's on the way. He has to survive. Lurker Den on the way here, Lurker Cavern coming in for Lambo. Lambo's really getting to that late game Zerg army that Terrans have had so much trouble dealing with. Did Lambo, was it a Widowmine, or did he just manually detonate a load of Banelings?
I believe was a manual detonation accident there by Lambo, I think, which means his Baneling count down to 0 right now. He's getting a couple more in, but with no splash damage here and just the Hydras, this is going to mean Arctur can trade really favorably at the edge of creep, and some more nice Widowmine shots softening up some of those Hydras. It's beautifully done on the south flank.
Arctur has a 20 supply lead. He's pushing in. There's no Ultras or anything on the way. Upgrades, finally some Lings and Banes will reinforce. But these Widowmines have been doing so much. Finally, it looks like Lambo will be able to get control. Oh my god. That was gross.
Yeah, oh my god. I mean, those Marines, those Banelings at the bottom are saying, don't take me alive. Killing so much of the bio on the south flank there. That was the first good Baneling hit I've seen from Lambo all game.
Yeah, Lambo's doing a good job of staying in this, and now he has Lurkers on the way, and the game is going to be very, very difficult when that comes in. Having a couple of lag frames here. Seems to be okay. Widowmine blows up a lane. That's cute.
I mean, you know, it's the little things that don't really count here. Nice cancel on that 9 o'clock base there. You can get the SCV kill from the crackling there. 3-3 finished up, of course, for Lambo. 3-3 for Arctur now. Not quite finished, just seconds away. And I think this is why he's drifted back just a little bit from that more aggressive position he's taken earlier. And he's saying he's saying to Lambo, basically, I got to move forward now. I got to get something done. 1.33 is finished, but it's ill-advised, I think, for him to attack before that upgrade finishes. Grant. A bit of an early timing here from Arctur.
Yeah, I think he found an angle he was happy with, but now that he's seen there are Lurkers, he is just going to get up and Doom drop into the main, knowing that Lurkers are very, very slow at moving around the map. This is nice for Arctur. He certainly should be able to find a bit of damage here. There's actually no reaction from Lambo, who now finally starts to make his way back. The Lurker Cavern, though, will go down, the Lurker Den even, and the Spawning Pool as well, forcing a remake here from Lambo. That's very, very nice. Lambo, of course, immediately remakes it. Lambo will push this back, but that was a win there for Arctur, and one that he so desperately needed. Arctur's supply is still healthy. Neither player has built up a big bank. We have the fusion core coming in now, and upgrades for those liberators coming. 4 liberators and 4 ghosts being produced at a time. It's time to see how Arctur controls a hyper late game army.
Yeah, and look at what Lambo's scouted right now so far. He's got to be asking himself, what's going on? I have no idea what's about to come to me. And I think that's going to really pay off for Arctur here. If he's able to manage this Ghost Liberator switch very quickly, get the extended, what's the Liberator upgrade called?
Advanced Ballistics.
I'm blanking. Advanced ballistics. Thank you, Grant. If he gets that advanced ballistics and really makes those liberators more valuable, that's going to pay off hugely, especially against a lurker army. The lurker count for Lambo is, of course, respectable, not too huge. 12 is pretty good, but there are plenty of Hydras here. I still think liberators are going to be absolutely gorgeous on holding some of these ramps here on Everdream.
Yeah, advanced ballistics. Oh, the yoinks coming in here from the Vipers doing a lot. Now, Ghost's able to take down these light units very, very quickly. You can hear a lot of snipes on the backside here, just picking off some of these units. Supply's still very, very even. Lambo is starting to bank a little now, as he gets, I believe, is that Adaptive Talons? Something like that. Researched here for his Lurkers. Loads of snipes coming in, and Lurkers will fall. Ghost's pretty good at dealing with these Lurkers. The count is still sitting at 11 for now. And the problem for Arctur right now is his army is very, very expensive. It costs a lot to produce Ghost Liberator.
It does, and honestly, the army value, not as high as he may have hoped. The Liberator's finally out, and that will drive Lambo back. He doesn't have those adaptive talons yet, which means the Lurker's going to eat a little bit of extra damage when they come in, but oh man, a nice Widowmine shot there, clearing out a lot of the Lings, but here we go, Lambo swinging to the south side, these Lurkers trying to do what they can, but not getting a massive number of kills. Advanced Ballistics for those Liberators really showing its value, as the Liberator's able to zone Lambo out completely, and Arctur can reinforce on the backside, Lambo taking a lot more damage that fight than the previous one. Nice yoinks there.
Yeah, Lambo's bank, though, I keep saying it, is still starting to grow. He's spending his minerals on another round of 20 Hydralisks, but his gas bank is very, very high, and Lambo could even possibly consider switching his tech up at some point. He has that Ultralisk Cavern with Chitinous Plating done, so if he wants to switch into that, he could. That wouldn't be smart right now, but maybe if he thins out some of these Ghosts and these Liberators, it can definitely work. For now, though, he seems to be sticking very heavily onto Hydralisk. He's not taking a great fight here, actually. He's losing quite a lot. I mean, there's only 6 Lurkers left. I mean, we had, what, 14 a few moments ago?
I was just about to point out. Sorry, go ahead.
No, the base in the south is now established here from Arctur as well. So Arctur's he's doing really well.
Yeah, I was just about to point out that Lambo previously, if you looked at the army value supply, or the army value graph, or whatever that is, the icon, it showed that Lambo was way ahead previously in both minerals and gas value for his army. Those Lurkers really bulking up his damage just a lot. But unfortunately now, after that engagement, where Arctur is not only even the odds a little bit, even the army supply, but also is now ahead in army value.
Upgrades rolling in now. Ship upgrades coming in for Arctur, trying to get some tankiness onto some of his mechanical vehicles here. Spire is going down for Lambo, and I like this. Be ready for that tech switch at any time. This is how late game Zergs can catch your opponents off guard. Bang, bang, switch into attack that your opponent's not ready for, kill him. Lurkers doing a lot. The Lurker count has, of course, been replenished. A few are going to go down here, but it's some yoinks to even up the fray. Ghosts, I think, have been very, very good here for our Terran player. He's finding a lot of value from them. They're not dying. They can, with Snipe, they outrange the Lurkers. So he's continuing to produce them and Liberators. And Ghost Liberator is very, very good. But I would like to see a couple of nukes to try and get some zoning and stuff going down.
Nukes would be really great investment in this game. I completely agree. Lurkers are so frustrating to deal with once you have nukes. Nice flanking maneuver here from Lambo. Going up the south side, though, pushing into this planetary fortress. The Banelings are all going to get mowed down one by one, but they do get a lot of the bio up on the north side here. I think the planetary is going to hold, but Lambo's done a pretty decent job of thinning out Arctur's army, and most importantly, where there were only 3 ghosts killed before this, there are now, I believe, 5? Yeah, 5 ghosts have now been killed, and there's no detection at this bottom base, which means the planetary is going to fall.
Yeah, there was no scan thrown down. I don't know if there was no energy or what went on. It actually looks like there may not be any. There is energy for scans. If he'd have scanned, he had Liberators seized up over like 3 Lurkers. He would have killed them. Planetary maybe survived. Now, Arctur does have enough bases still, having extras on this north side, that this isn't the end of the game by any means, but it is frustrating here. He really wanted to hold this position. and keep his foothold in the middle of the map. And losing so many ghosts was vital. We said they provided so much value for him, and he was getting more and more on, so you could expect the value would go up. A very good push here from Lambo. Arctur is going to start long distance. Oh no, okay, he's landed a CC down here, and we'll planetary it up again. And we have a push from Arctur.
Really nice from Lambo, though, to get the first real, like, hardcore economic damage done this game. And that's really going to help him out as he pushes forward here, slowing Arctur's army down quite a bit. And there it is, another big surround from Lambo. Blinding Clouds on all the tanks, even Blinding Clouds driving those bio units back. The Hydra's now underneath everything, and Lambo crushing through Arctur in the middle of the map there. Arctur wandering out a little bit too far, and at this point, I think Arctur needs to listen to the music and maybe stop dancing. This game has got to be close to over.
You're still making these references, aren't you?
I've made about 16 in this fight so far.
Yeah, I thought you had. GG! Lambo takes the series 2-0, and Creighton Olsen is